Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. A sinister twist just marked Young and Restless spoiler for Death at Dumas party. After a slow final lead-up, Young and Restless fans are finally about to embark, along with invited guests, on a journey to discover the true identity of Aristotle Dumas and find out what he's up to at long last. Will all the hype lead to a big payoff? It just might. Departing for Dumatic's quite an eyebrow-raising collection of characters heading overseas to experience who knows what at Aristotle Dumas' private party in France, including many that don't normally mix, or who definitely don't mix well, with Abby and Lily at each other's throats, Billy and Victor sharing the same space, Audra and Kyle trying to outwit one another, and Phyllis, Nick, Sharon all on the trip. There's no way we're not going to get some conflict. If we could also get some say *X scandal, you know, anything soapy. That would be fantastic too, in case you didn't think it possible to drag this story out anymore. Be prepared to wait a teensy bit longer before the eventual reveal of the Riviera recluse. It appears as though the guests are embarking on a bit of a journey, complete with train rides and challenges. Before we get down to the nitty-gritty, I couldn't help but giggle at the preview of a mystified Jack, Diane, Kyle and Audra being told by Dumas' creepy assistant Carter that they have to complete a maze to get into the inner sanctum. In the end, I'm sure we'll discover that Dumas is none other than Kane Ashby, even though it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, especially if he's played by Billy Flynn, who isn't old enough to play a man who once passed himself off as Chance's father. That said, stranger casting moves have been made on soaps, so let's all give it a chance. After all, Flynn himself asked fans to be kind as he makes his debut. A sinister twist, but will it all be about the reveal? I suspect there's something much more sinister afoot. In fact, a scene in Friday's episode made me instantly question if this was about to turn into some sort of murder mystery. After Amy hugged Damien goodbye and the intrepid travelers left, she told Nate she'd felt a chill down her spine. When she hugged her son, she questioned what it might mean. To me it meant Damien was probably a goner. It was like the kiss of death, only a hug instead. Considering how many people asked Damien why he was even bothering to go to Nice, but Dumas had fired him, it all added up to a very bad vibe. Did you get the same soapy sixth sense? The opinions expressed are my own. Please feel free to share your thoughts on this week's Young and Restless in the comments. The glitz, the glamour, the gossip. That's what Dumas' party promised. But behind the expensive champagne flutes and perfectly tailored suits, something dark was brewing in Genoa City, and the aftermath may be fatal. What began as a dazzling event designed to usher in a new era for Dumas and perhaps heal old wounds has taken a deadly turn. And now, with secrets unmasked and loyalties shattered, one major Young and Restless character is silently marked for death. Who is the unlucky soul walking unknowingly into danger? What betrayal set this chain of events into motion? And why is this party destined to go down in Genoa City history, not as a moment of triumph, but one of tragedy? Let's explore the chilling clues, fractured alliances, and the characters, who might soon find themselves either holding the dagger or lying beneath it. Chapter 1. The calm before the carnage. The Dumas party was meant to signify renewal. Claire Grace, eager to shake off her past and prove she belonged in the Numa fold, had taken the lead in organizing the extravagant soiree, with Nikki Newman still emotionally shaky after Jordan's chaos, and Victoria cautiously watching her daughter's moves. The entire Newman family had reason to keep close tabs on this gathering, but no one suspected that what lay beneath the glittering surface of the event was a plot far deadlier than anyone imagined. The guest list was exclusive. The new Mons Dumas, board members, the abbots, and a handful of power players who had been circling the empire like vultures waiting for an opening. There were enemies dressed as allies and smiles hiding knives, and in the middle of it all, Spoiler was smiling, completely unaware they had just been marked for death. Chapter 2. Old Wounds. New weapons. Spoiler-S. Journey in Genoa City has never been smooth. Whether it's years of betrayal, burned bridges, or ghosts from the past, they've made enemies. The kind of enemies who don't forget. The rumors had been swirling before the party even began. Disgruntled investors, old flames with scores to settle, secret deals that would crumble if the wrong person spoke out. But Spoiler was unbothered, perhaps even a bit cocky. After all, they'd survived worse. But this wasn't a confrontation brewing. It was an execution in disguise. One of the party's many private alcoves held a heated conversation that most guests didn't hear. A confrontation involving Spoiler, a mystery man in a tailored suit, and a whispered threat about things finally catching up. Minutes later, Spoiler returned to the party floor with a forced smile, and the clock ticking. Chapter 3. Motives in the moonlight. Who wants Spoiler dead? The better question might be, who doesn't? 1. A betrayed business partner, someone from Dumas' past. Perhaps a cutthroat investor who lost everything during one of Spoiler's ruthless maneuvers. Sees this party as poetic justice. 2. A scorned lover. Spoiler was never faithful emotionally or in business. An affair gone wrong, a broken engagement, or a spouse who found out the truth too late. Any one of them could be out for blood. 3. A Newman with an agenda. Don't let the family name fool you. Alliances within the Newman dynasty shift faster than sand in a storm. One of Victor or Nikki's children may have decided that Spoiler has become a liability, or a threat to the Empire's future. 4. A ghost from the shadows. Jordan's terror may be over, or is it someone connected to her madness? Maybe a sleeper ally might be enacting a final part of her plan, a final blow, a death at the Newman's hands. Chapter 4. The clues everyone missed. Viewers with sharp eyes noticed the early hints. The glove scene, a brief shot showed an anonymous figure slipping on black gloves just before entering the venue. Viewers were quick to rewind, freeze, and speculate. Who were they, and why gloves at a black tie party? The forgotten phone call. Earlier that day, Spoiler received a mysterious voicemail they deleted without listening to the end. It warned of danger, a trap. Claire's nervous energy. Was Claire Grace simply anxious to impress? Or did she sense that this party was laced with more than luxury? A missing guest. Audra Charles was invited, but never showed up. Could her absence be tied to a secret plot, or did she know something too dangerous to risk being seen? Chapter 5. Time of Death. The party reached its peak at midnight. Champagne flutes clinked. A toast was made. Laughter echoed through the ballroom. And then, the power flickered. Just for a moment. Long enough. By the time the lights came back, Spoiler was gone. Not dead, not yet, but missing. And on their phone was a chilling text message sent minutes before. You'll pay for what you did tonight. Some speculate the body won't be found until the next episode. Others believe we're looking at a long game death. The poisoning, or a fall that seems like an accident until the autopsy. But insiders hint that Spoiler won't survive the week. Chapter 6. Who is the target? Let's examine the top contenders. Kyle Abbott. His spiraling behavior and recent betrayals have placed him at odds with half the town. Has someone finally had enough? Audra Charles. Her climb up the corporate ladder has left a trail of manipulation and enemies. She's vanished. But is she the victim, the mastermind, or the assassin? Adam Newman. Always on the edge of redemption and ruin. Has he poked the wrong bear one too many times? Nick Newman. Caught between loyalties and brewing rage at family secrets. Could he have stepped on the wrong person's toes? Claire Grace. What if she wasn't just the hostess, but a pawn in someone else's deadly plan? Phyllis Summers. The queen of survival. But her 9 lives may be running out. Chapter 7. Aftermath and fallout. No matter who dies, the death will leave waves rippling through every Genoa City storyline. Victor's empire will be shaken. A death at his table, during his company's moment of triumph. It'll reignite his old paranoia and hunger for vengeance. Claire's reputation will either rise or crumble. If she's blamed for letting this happen, or suspected of involvement, she may be cast out again. The Abbotts versus the Newmans will escalate. Was this a strategic strike against a rival? Expect Jack to react with fury, or be accused of striking first. The romance webs will tangle further. Someone will lose a lover, and someone may be suspected of killing for love. Chapter 8. Theories from fans. Social media exploded after the episode aired. Top fan theories include: double fakeout. Spoiler faked their death to escape or expose someone. Claire the killer. A few suspicious glances and her tortured past have fans wondering if she finally snapped. Victor's trap. Did Victor lure an enemy to the party, knowing they'd strike just to trap them? Audra's assassin. Her sudden disappearance has viewers betting she's behind the plan. Operating from the shadows. Chapter 9. Looking ahead. What happens now? In true Young and Restless fashion, this storyline will unravel piece by piece, building toward a shocking reveal. We can expect a surprise arrest, someone totally unexpected, a damning piece of evidence discovered in the Newman ranch, a return of a dead character who knows the truth, and a final deathbed confession. But from who? Conclusion. Death in Genoa City is never simple. Dumas' party was supposed to symbolize a turning point, a chance to close dark chapters and open new ones, but instead, it became the stage for a cold-blooded reckoning, whether it's betrayal, revenge, or sacrifice. One character has danced their last waltz under the chandelier lights. As viewers wait breathlessly for the fallout, one thing is clear: the Young and the Restless just reminded us that in Genoa City, even the most glamorous nights can end in tragedy, and someone we know well, is not making it out alive.